So imagine you are holding a winning lottery ticket,
Okay.
but you were really busy, like, tying your shoe or something.
Right.
And you just watched that ticket blow away in the wind.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that is essentially what happens every single time a creative business misses a crucial inbound call.
That is a brutally accurate analogy, actually.
Right. Well, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are getting into something really fascinating. We are looking at this eye-opening case study called the Automated Studio. Closing photography leads with AI phone agents.
It is such an interesting read.
It really is.
Yeah.
Our mission for today is to unpack how artificial intelligence is stepping into highly emotional, high-stakes sales conversations. And we are using the wedding photography industry as our main example here.
Which is just the perfect testing ground for this, honestly.
Exactly. So whether you run a small business yourself or you work in sales, or, even if you just hate the endless cycle of playing phone tag, understanding how these AI agents handle human psychology is going to totally change how you look at automation.
It really forces you to reevaluate the role of technology in our vulnerable moments. Like, historically, we just view software as this cold computational thing, right?
Yeah, totally. Like balancing a spreadsheet.
Exactly. Or routing an email.
Mm.
But the architecture we are exploring today, it shows an AI stepping directly into the messy, chaotic, emotional landscape of a major life event.
Yeah.
And it isn't just taking messages. It is actively managing the client's momentum.
Which is wild. But before we dive into how the AI actually works, we kind of need to set the stage. We have to talk about why the traditional way of doing this, voicemails and web forms, is just fundamentally broken for emotional purchases.
It really is broken.
The source material paints this incredibly vivid picture. They call it the quiet tragedy of lead management.
I love that phrase.
Right. So picture a Tuesday evening. A photographer is deep in Lightroom, just culling hundreds of photos from this chaotic wedding they shot over the weekend.
They are completely in the zone.
Exactly. Eyes tired, headphones on, and suddenly their phone lights up on the desk. Unknown number. They look at it, sigh, and just let it go to voicemail.
Which, is a completely rational self-preservation tactic in that moment.
Oh, for sure.
When you are doing deep work, answering a random call feels like a massive disruption. So they just tell themselves, I'll call them back tomorrow when I'm in a better headspace.
But the reality is, tomorrow turns into a really busy Wednesday, and Wednesday bleeds into Thursday. And by the time Thursday afternoon rolls around, that couple has already booked someone else.
Someone who just happened to pick up on the first ring.
Exactly. In the event industry, speed is literally a competitive weapon. Couples aren't usually browsing for a photographer over 6 months like you would for a car.
No, not at all.
They operate in these intense bursts of emotional momentum, like they just finished touring a beautiful venue, or they literally got engaged 2 days ago, and they are just riding that high.
And that momentum dictates everything. When a prospective client physically dials a number, they have transitioned out of passive research.
Right, they are ready to buy.
They are in active decision-making mode. So every hour you delay responding is an hour they spend scrolling Instagram, falling in love with a competitor's work.
Oh, that's so true. And you have to factor in the psychological baggage the caller has, too.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a purchase defined by high trust, high emotion, and really high ambiguity. We are talking about $2,500 to $7,000 on average.
Which is a huge chunk of money.
Yeah. And they don't even know what things are supposed to cost. Plus, they have budget anxiety, data uncertainty, family pressure. They are buying peace of mind, not just photos.
They are buying artistic insurance.
Right, artistic insurance. I like that. And a traditional voicemail captures literally none of that context.
What's fascinating here is that a standard voicemail just gives you a name, a muffled callback number, and a vague request for prices.
Yeah.
And then boom, you're stuck in a 3-day email tag game, just trying to see if you're even available on their date.
Okay, I hear you. The voicemail is bad, but I have to push back a little here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Why can't a simple, highly detailed website form fix this? Like, why jump straight to AI? Just make them fill out a strict form with their budget, their date, all that stuff.
Right. On paper, a form fixes the data collection issue, but it entirely ignores the psychology of the buyer.
How so?
Well, based on the text, a form is just a passive administrative hurdle. It feels like doing homework.
Yeah, nobody likes filling those out.
Exactly. When a client bypasses your website form to actually call you, they're explicitly seeking an immediate human connection. They want triage.
Okay.
A static form can't adapt to their emotions, it can't sense hesitation, and it definitely can't comfort them if they are stressed out.
Okay, that makes sense. They need a voice. But, I mean, forcing someone to talk to a robot, that feels like a step backward. People hate those automated phone queries.
Oh, the press 1 for sales, press 2 for support things?
Yes, it makes me want to hang up immediately.
Well, that is a crucial distinction to make. You are thinking of an IVR, an interactive voice response system.
Yeah.
Those are the old, rigid, pre-programmed menus.
Right.
What we are talking about today is generative AI operating with incredibly low latency. These new models do not sound like robots.
They really don't.
No, they use conversational fillers. They actually say, and.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can interrupt them mid-sentence. They don't force you down a menu. They engage in this unstructured dialogue while secretly executing a structured data-gathering mission.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, because we have to talk about how this actually works, like from the ring to the revenue.
The workflow is brilliant.
It is, because the AI, let's call her Sarah, she uses this warm, unpolished, very human-sounding voice. It intentionally avoids sounding like a corporate robot.
Right, she sounds like a friendly studio manager just sitting at the front desk.
Exactly. And step 1 is super low friction. Sarah answers and just asks, do you have your date set yet?
Which requires zero cognitive load from the caller.
None at all. But in the background, the AI is taking that date and instantly checking the studio's Google Calendar using an API.
It happens in milliseconds.
Yeah. And if the date is booked, instead of letting the couple wait 3 days for a sad rejection email, the AI pivots instantly.
It saves so much disappointment.
It really does. It might say, oh, the lead photographer is booked, but we have an amazing associate available. Or it asks if their date is flexible.
It turns a dead end into a pivot.
Right. Now, step 2. Let's say the date is open. The AI moves to the budget. And this is behavioral economics in action.
This part is so clever.
The AI says something like, most couples invest between $4,000 and $6,000. Does that feel like it's in your ballpark?
By anchoring the price high right away, the AI establishes the premium nature of the studio.
Yeah, it resets their expectations immediately.
But then it gives them that permission to say no. Asking if it's in their ballpark creates a safe exit ramp.
Because money is just so uncomfortable to talk about with a stranger.
Exactly. It lets the price shoppers gracefully back out, but it flags the serious buyers.
Okay, so then we hit step 3, scale. The AI asks about the guest count. Like, are we talking a 50-person backyard wedding or a 300-person ballroom event?
Because that directly correlates to coverage hours and needing second shooters.
Right. It's gathering all these variables in like 90 seconds. And because it has the date, the budget, and the scale, it doesn't just say, I'll email you a PDF.
No, it provides a contextual pricing range right there on the phone.
Like, oh, for a wedding that size, you're looking at maybe $3,800 to $5,200.
Which is incredible for the client experience.
It really is like a brilliant method. Like, they seat you, they instantly know your dietary restrictions, they know your budget, all before handing you the menu.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And the branching logic is flawless.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, if it's a perfect fit, the AI checks the calendar again for the next 3 available 30-minute slots, and it literally books the consultation right then and there.
Wait, really? It just books it?
Just like that. But if the budget is too low, it gracefully offers a cheaper associate package or texts them a helpful guide. It preserves the relationship for future referrals.
That is so smart, because budgets change. People change venues.
Exactly.
So the call ends, but the workflow doesn't stop, right? It transitions beyond the call into the human handoff.
This is where it gets beyond just being a glorified answering machine.
Right, because it doesn't just spit out a massive, unreadable transcript. Nobody wants to read a 4-page transcript.
Transcripts just create cognitive overload.
Yeah. Instead, it generates a CRM intelligence report, and it logs emotional markers, which is kind of crazy.
It uses sentiment analysis, so it's listening for things like dream wedding or my mother-in-law wants formal portraits.
So it's literally flagging the family drama before you even talk to them.
Exactly. It builds a psychological profile.
Wow. And then there's the pattern recognition over time. The case study mentioned that a studio might find out 70% of their Saturday inquiries come from TikTok.
Right. Or that people who ask about albums on the first call convert at 3 times the rate.
Which is huge business intel. Oh, and the ghosters. I loved this part. If someone ghosts on a $6,000 package, they re-engage 60% of the time if the AI just sends a simple text 24 hours later.
Because people just need a minute to process the sticker shock. A low-pressure text brings them right back.
That is wild. And then there's the smart escalation trigger, the handoff.
Yes.
If the AI detects high intent or real emotional hesitation, it transfers the call to the human, but it whispers the context to the creative first.
Through a hold message or a screen pop-up.
So you pick up the phone and you already know their budget is $5,000 and they are crying over a specific gallery on your website.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this is where the AI transcends simple automation. It becomes a true business intelligence system.
You know, there is a beautiful irony here.
What's that?
By using an AI robot to screen the calls, the final human interaction actually becomes more personal, more empathetic.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the creative isn't interrogating them about guest counts and budgets. They are just consulting from a place of real rapport.
The friction is completely gone.
Yeah.
You are starting from a place of connection, not administration.
Okay, so we've seen how flawless this method is, but let's look at the ultimate payoff, the business math behind this.
The numbers are sobering, to be honest.
Yeah, the text says photographers lose 30 to 50% of inbound inquiries just to response delays.
Yeah, half their leads gone.
Because they were asleep at 2 a.m. or shooting a ceremony.
Right.
So think about the ROI. Say a business shoots 25 weddings at $4,500. That's $112,000 annually.
Okay.
If this system captures just 3 additional lost bookings, it pays for the entire automation infrastructure multiple times over.
The math is undeniable. But this raises an important question about the future of creative industries as a whole.
Yeah.
Because for years, these creatives, florists, caterers, photographers, they've been forced to act like administrative offices.
Just living in their inboxes?
Exactly. This AI method lets them return to their actual craft. It aggressively protects their creative energy.
So their calendar just fills up with pre-qualified buyers instead of tire kickers?
Yes. It stops the business from feeling like a constant emergency. And there's a stark contrast happening right now between the early adopters and the late followers.
Like the people implementing this today versus the ones who wait.
Exactly. The early adopters are capturing a huge advantage.
Yeah.
The late followers are going to implement this out of pure panic when their inquiry volumes drop, because the studio down the street is booking clients while they sleep.
Wow. So what does this all mean? I guess the photographer who relies on voicemail isn't just working harder, they're flying completely blind compared to someone with a responsive business nervous system.
That is exactly what it is, a nervous system for your business.
So to wrap this up, we've gone from the tragedy of that missed Tuesday night voicemail to this triumph of an always-on AI front door, a system that books qualified leads while you literally sleep.
It is a massive paradigm shift.
It really is. So I want you to reflect on your own daily workflows for a second.
Yeah. Take a hard look at your week.
How much of your own creative or productive energy is currently being drained by repetitive emotional triage that a system like this could just handle for you?
I will leave you with a final thought to mull over.
Okay, let's hear it.
If an AI can successfully navigate the delicate, highly emotional psychology of a $7,000 once-in-a-lifetime wedding purchase,
Yeah?
what other deeply human and unautomatable interactions in our society are actually perfectly suited for an empathetic machine?
Man, that is a wild thought. You might not have to watch that winning lottery ticket blow away after all.
Not if you built a system to catch it.
Exactly. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.